Let's go.
It's time for the Lady Charmaine's Gospel Minute, keeping you up to date on all your favorite celebrities in the gospel music industry. From tour dates, CD releases, and all your favorite gospel television shows. It's not Hollywood gossip. It's the Gospel Minute with Lady Charmaine.
My guest today is from St. Louis, Missouri. She stepped out on faith and talent and headed to the 4th season audition of Sunday Best. With hopes and dreams and a powerhouse voice, 2.1 million viewers watched her take home the title as Season 4 Sunday Best winner. I want you to help me welcome the newly crowned winner, Sunday Best Season 4, Miss Amber Bullock, to the show. How you doing, Amber?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I am great. Now, I got to ask you, how does it feel after 3 days to have the title of Sunday Best? Is it kind of like surreal still for you?
It is definitely still surreal for me. I cannot believe that God would award me such an opportunity as this. It's really crazy. I'm so grateful.
Now, I was so surprised when I read that 2.1 million viewers and 1.5 million households tune in to hear your name. This season 4 ranked number 1 telecast in the franchise history. What do you think of that? That many people watched you win that covenant crown.
I did not know. I did not know that many people actually watch the show like that. That's crazy. It makes me a little nervous that 2.1 million people?
2.1 million people.
2.1 million people know my name, and I don't know theirs.
So now Amber Bullock's name is a household name. Now,
yes,
now for you,
I can't believe it. I'm just so grateful.
Yeah, it really is a blessing. Now, Amber, for you, I know that BET, because of production purposes, they had taped 2 endings. I know you found out with the world. Now, what was it like sitting there with your family, especially having to wait an additional week? First off, what was that wait like? Having to wait a whole nother week when everybody was in front of the TV, expecting it to come on, and then having to wait a whole nother week to hear your name. Were you nervous? Did you have butterflies? Tell me, what was that whole extra week like for you?
I was extremely nervous. I actually was out of town when the show aired because of the delay. I had already planned to be at a 9/11 memorial service, and so I was with friends and I was holding on tight, and I just couldn't believe it. I can't say that enough, because I just really could not believe that it was happening to me. It's just crazy. I was so shocked. I cried.
Did you jump around and dance? I mean, did you jump around? Did you dance?
I just was screaming.
I can only imagine.
I didn't dance. I cried. I looked at the TV real long.
Wow. Just to hear your name just being called, and didn't have the opportunity to be around your family, but now your name, it's amazing, because you have entered now into the Sunday Best Hall of Fame. Now they're going to say Crystal Aiken, Iyanna Crawley, Leandria Johnson, and now Amber Bullock. For you, how does it feel to know that your name will forever be mentioned in the Sunday Best franchise?
I'm honored. Honestly, I've never, because, when you think about Crystal Aiken and you think about Iyanna Crawley, you think about Leandria Johnson, they are phenomenal. And to think that America thinks that I am too, it's just such a blessing, such honor. I couldn't be more happy to be here. I hope they don't let the Sunday Best name down. I'm going to do everything I can to maintain the standard that those ladies have held, because they are really, 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 really doing it.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we are talking to the newly crowned Season 4 winner of Sunday Best, Miss Amber Bullock. She's been holding on to the crown now for 3 days, and we're just so happy to have her on the show. Now, I have to have you ask you this question, though, Amber. Now, when you sung this song, For Every Mountain, Holy Ghost get to move, empowered God, just all in the room, and then they ask you to sing the song again, and you walk off the stage. Girl, what was going on in your mind? You was like, I gotta go. And when you walked off, I'm like,
I had to hold my mule. I had to hold my mule. You know, it's TV, and the longer that you stay on, you know, camera longer than you're supposed to, you know, that's money that people have to pay. And I didn't want to be, the one making the network $1 billion, you know, for doing something that I could have done in the back. So I just removed myself and went on and praised him in the back and cried. Me and my makeup artist was just crying. You know, I just had to, because let me tell you something. I really would have stayed on that stage. We probably would still be taping, because when I get to going, I get going.
And what's so funny though, but that's okay. Your judges had your back. Donnie just went on ahead and took it, and then Erica just went on ahead and just took us on in. So while you went in the back, they held you down. And that was now. Right. You're going to be winning that brand new Ford Explorer. Now, I love the part of your daughter when she was in the back seat. It was so cute. She said, "I like this." Now, when you get that Ford Explorer, when you gonna get it and ride around the neighborhood? Now, you got to ride real slow. You know how they do back in the day. You got to high side a little bit, drive real slow. When you gonna get your truck, girl?
I don't know. It's coming. I can't wait to go and pick it out. It's coming very soon. I don't know. What color you think I should get? A red one.
That red one, the one that red one. It says a lot. Get the red one. The one we saw on TV. That was great. Mm-hmm. Get the red. The blood of Jesus. I'm gonna get spiritual.
Red is my color.
Yeah, and you look good in it too. And then you also receive a contract with Music World Gospel, owned by Beyonce's father, Matthew Knowles. You have a recording contract, so you are now going to be a national recording artist. Did you ever have a dream of having a singing career, or was this just something that you just decided to get into? How did you become a singer? Can you hear me, Amber?
You know, my mom says I've been singing since I was about 2. Well, you know what? Before that, she said I've been singing since before I could talk. And I don't know how it works, because you actually have to talk to sing, I guess, or use words at least. So my mom says I've been singing forever and ever and ever, and I ever not remember being able to sing. So I guess she's right.
So was this, did you always want to have a career as a singer? Because you know, some people grow up and they could sing but never saw themselves having a career as a singer. Did you ever see yourself having a career as a singer?
You know what? I always have wanted to be a singer. I used to say I wanted to be a lawyer because I like to argue. I have a smart mouth.
That's me.
But then I was like, you got to go to school for too long for that. So yes, I wanted to be a singer. I don't remember being a kid being like, I want to be a gospel singer, you know, but I do remember saying that I want to be a singer. I've always practiced my autographs. You can go to many people's houses, and if there's a paper and a pen, and I was writing my name, you know, as an autograph. So all the time I've done that. So yes, I've always wanted to be a singer.
And now, when you stood in line for Sunday Best, now how long was your process? Did you stand in line a long time when you were auditioning for Sunday Best?
I went through the full process. The full process. I went through, you know, because there's like 4 rounds. You know, you have the first 2 rounds where you go in front of local judges, and then I think there's the round where you go with executives, and then there's a round that you have to go through for the Mary and Donnie McClurkin. And I definitely went through every last one. I was like the second to last person to audition in Dallas. So the whole experience was very, very long. I don't think you could pay me to audition for another competition show every year because it was just so long. But it was so worth it. I'm so glad that I went. I'm so glad that God just told me to go. He just told me to go, and I did it. And I didn't know that God was going to do all this stuff, you know. So he surprised me. And I'm just so grateful.
So when you stood
I
know, did you stand in line with the intent to win, or did you just stand in line just for the experience? I say that because I went to a movie audition just because some friends had invited me. So I just went to support them. You know, it was 3 ladies that invited me. I went to support them, and it was years ago. And I came dressed like a school teacher, and I was young at the time. And I ended up getting the role, and they didn't. but I didn't have any intentions on being in no movie. And that's really how I ended up getting to the entertainment industry. Did you go just for the experience, or did you go to win or expecting to win? What was in your mind when you were standing in line?
When I went to the interview, I definitely did not expect to win. And especially, because you get to hear some of the people audition when they're auditioning. And hearing those people, I was like, oh, well, I may get in, but I don't think I'm going to win it. And then when I heard the 20 finalists, oh, wow, America really did not get to hear the 20 in their full prime, like, at all, because I have personally heard those 20 sing, and when I heard them, I was like, well, you got Michael Pugh, you got Mama Sue, you got Andrea, I could name all 20 of them, and I just knew that I was not going to be a part of that list that was going to be making it. So it was a surprise. It was really a surprise to me. A lot of people will ask me that, and I tell them, I just really gave it all to God and asked that His will be done, and this must be His will.
Oh, yes, it was. Praise the Lord. It was definitely His will.
Praise God.
Now, Amber, if somebody wanted to find you, befriend you, are you on Facebook? If they want to follow you on Twitter, if you are, what are your Facebook names and Twitter names?
All right. Well, on Facebook, I'm Amber, Amaya's mom, Bullock, and that would be Amber, and then Amaya, M-Y-A, apostrophe S-M-O-M, Bullock. And then my Twitter name, you can follow me at Twitter on, it's @SingAmber. And that's just it.
At Sing Amber. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. Again, congratulations to you. I can't wait for your album to come out, your project. Hopefully you put For Every Mountain on there. I'm just putting that out there, just let them just putting that out there. And you are so welcome.
Thank you so much, Charmaine, for having me.
Oh, it is such a pleasure. And ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 Season 4 Sunday Best winner, Amber Bullock.